Hi, my name's Kaity and welcome to my channel. In this video today we're going to be heading back to AB's incredible fish room. He's got over 80 planted aquariums in there that he breeds fish in. We have visited this before about half a year ago, but today we're going to check out the plans that he's got for the fish room and for outside of the fish room, which I'm really excited for you to hear about, and just have a little bit of a look through so we can immerse ourselves in this beautiful room again. I really hope you enjoy this video. If you do, don't forget to give it a like and let us know what plan you're looking forward to the most in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe if you're enjoying my content. Without further ado, let's get into it and check out some of these tanks. Just for today, we might just focus on some kind of key updates and let you know about all of the plans and everything. Shout out to MD Fish Tanks.
Oh too. Yeah, yeah, how cool.
AB's got his new shirt.
Yeah, I got this yesterday.
It's perfect for you.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's a lot of changes.
Yeah, stuff I've been planning to do forever really, but it's just taken time as it does, and money as it comes around. So it's really, for me, I wanted to do this tank in particular. This is the, I've got the Guppies in there. So, and I think, you know, you can call them lots of different ones, San Marcos, Eyes and Eye, I think they call them red tail, split fins. The ones that I've got, the boys actually hiding at the back, I've got 3 females, decent females in there, 1 substandard, and then a really nice male in there. So luckily they're bred for me already, and the girls are pregnant. If you have a look at that black spot there, so you'll see just, in fact, in front of their anal fin there, you'll see those black spots. So they're babies. So they get larger and larger, and these fish, I believe, are one of the 2 or possibly 3 species that when they give birth they have umbilical cords.
Wow.
Yeah, I know they're critically endangered, if not extinct, in the wild, so that's why I wanted to do that and do them justice. So I think what I'll do is when they're ready to give birth, I'll actually catch them up and put them into some sort of, you know, container, and that I can keep the babies alive as much as I can. Yeah, it's funny that when you spend so much time and effort doing something like that, it's probably just as easy just to let them go and just leave them breed in there, and they'll just do it better anyway, LRB style. So this is, this tank's been here for 3 years and has served me really well. It's not on the system. That one is on the system. That's a Tanganyika in water because they like the harder water, not so much for the white clouds, but that's not the purpose of the tank, it's for these guys.
This tank used to be home to AB's beautiful purple Leilupi Tanganyika cichlids. Normally these Leilupi are a yellow colour, so canary yellow, but AB has managed to lime breed a nice purpley kind of maroon type of colour with them, and they're just gorgeous. He's still got them, but he's just moved them to another tank.
This is a separate one. This is a probably neutral, maybe 6.8, and it's got my mixed rainbows in it, and Corydoras. I couldn't tell you how many. I know there was 120 when I originally put them in, and then I lost a few, and then I usually still, it's too hard to count past 60 or 70 really. So with the stir-bys there's just tons and tons, and you'll see in the moss at the back they're spawning right now, as you can see. They do spawn just continuously for me. I don't know what to do with them. I don't want to let them go, and I don't want to, you know, when you get a school like that, it's just amazing to watch and have in there. So I think I'm going to do them justice and do the river tank that I've always wanted to do for them, but I've changed my mind slightly because of the, in particular, your river tank that you've done with Jason. You know, he's a genius. I love going out and catching fish with him and seeing what he does, and I thought that was pretty special. So I'm not going to try to replicate that though. I want to do something different. Will be more of a cliff face, and then some, you know, stumps and roots and leaves and bits and pieces all through there. So I'm going to put the same fish back in there. I think I'll keep it as a mixed rainbow tank, and then have the bottom set up for the cories. If you look behind, see the way that the rack has been set up. I've got Adolfi Corydoras down on the bottom. You can see they've been spawning as well. There's a couple of babies come out. But with being the time of day, I might put some food in, they may come out, but basically there's 26, 27, 28 adults in there, and I've got a spot for them. They hide at the back and they prefer that. And then I've just had natural leaves in there. Malaysian trumpet snails have gone nuts, so I'll catch them out, put a snail trap in and get them out because they will eat the eggs. So they've slowed down on the breeding, but that's just really a revamp for that one. This tank, I have 34 adult 397s in there, but they're amazing at hiding. And then there's just some babies that I've got, Acaras, that I've sort of taken out of there. There's a capilli gold, Gilidochramis capilli gold, that's jumped from this tank out of here into here. In fact, it jumped out into the tub that was in there, and I tipped it into there by mistake. And I got rid of all the Bruchardii in my room, and that 2 more of those had jumped out of this tank into the tub, and they went in there as well. So I've got 2 Bruchardii in there somewhere. So there's 34, I think I counted. Here we go, yeah, 34. I'm glad I write stuff down.
But you never see them, they're always hiding.
Yeah, I can show you the babies over there. These guys are adult size. I've got quite a few inquiries to buy them, but I've got to find them first. Here we go, there's one hanging out the back there. So that's roughly the size. That's probably a little bit on the smaller side. The boys are quite large, and there's one that's actually in the cave here that's already caved up. So they are breeding size. So I'm gonna sell most of those.
Yeah, the one I got from you is pretty big now.
Yeah.
Probably like that big.
Yep. They get. I think it's it's like talking millimeters, like 150 millimeters type things, or 6 inches, I guess that is. So yeah, that's really just a catch and sell out of tank really now. I've got some platies that are going to go in there as well, and I'll get rid of those.
Yeah. More little cars.
Yeah, they're my babies. They're what's left of the spawn. So you can see the colour she's there. She's actually ready to lay eggs when they go black like that, the girls. So their faces turn black, and she'll go almost completely black, and the boys colour up beautifully. So yeah, I've got them. I've got another spawn of 100 over there, and I've got another 8 in there. I think it's just when I get the chance to catch them out, I don't need to breed them. So there's one of the Bruchardis. But the purpose I was talking about it for over here is that I built this rack, obviously for my height and people of our stature, but to be able to look, because of the distance between that rack and that rack, you're sort of always looking like this at your tank. So I wanted to be able to see through and have like a living picture or frame through here. And it's turned out really well. I really like the way it's done it. So this is how I can get now the perspective of what I'm going to build, and how, if I'm going to, for example, from over there, I'm going to have the trunk coming out that you can see it from out the front of the garage type thing, and have plants all over it. But here will be more detailed and sort of refined. I'm thinking of a ledge coming down, and the side of a cliff almost type of setup for them. So I've also got this thing over here that you can see Zig's just taking the clips off there for us. So this is the stuff that you forgot last time, and then bought back on the agreement that you can film what I do with it. So I'm going to do that. This is just an old, I've used this probably on 4 or 5 different setups outside. The last one I had was a bonsai setup in here with swamp cypress, and I had a tiny little fish area, and I actually had the mosquito fish. They lived in that little tiny pond, so I broke it down, and I wasn't sure what to do with it, but that will actually be now the spillway, I think, for up the top to come in there, and I'll put some reeds and bits and pieces out of it, so it's got quite a decent flow in there. And then I'll decide if I need a wave maker in there, and use a lot of that val, use a lot of that moss.
This is from what I originally tried to use in my river tank before Jason kindly helped me to create something just using natural rocks. So I was trying to use this, and I bent that to try and create a cliff face in there, but it just didn't quite work out for what I was after. That's going to be great, and that's something I've never seen before. I was saying to AB, I don't know if anyone else has ever seen this. Let us know if you've seen someone do this, where it put a waterfall on top of their aquarium and kind of make it like a shallow area for plants and reeds and stuff. Yeah. So I'm really excited to see how that's going to look. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. It's really crap. I guess we can just make it a short film.
Yeah, just pretend this never happened. So just before we go outside as well, we thought we'll just give you just a bit of an update on what's going on here too.
This tank up here, in particular, I've just finished scaping. You can probably, with your gimbal and your step up on that step ladder, it's probably 48 hours old. It's one of the tanks that was upstairs, just moving stuff around up there, and with what I want to do up there, it was one of those things that I thought, well, I'll come down here and I'll build it and put it onto a rack and set it up, and then I've got the other tank, another spot for it, which you'll probably see next time. But all those plants came out of all of the tanks, so I've just grown them over the years. And it's got to that point now, which is awesome, that you can go to tank to tank to tank and actually pull them out, you know. So yeah, that was one. And I've got a few native stuff from my farm as well down there, where those plants have been growing brilliantly up here. I think they're called Ponogeton. So they've done really well on the shrimp tanks, which are terrible and you can't look at today, but next time I'll show you. It's like being caught, you know, with your bathrobe or in your jammies or something when you turn up with the camera. But this one I'm actually pretty happy with. It's probably 95% complete. And what I'm putting in there is these guys. They're bred in here. They were the ones that were over before I built the other rack. You can see I got babies through here. These are Apistogramma borellii, I should say. So these are the bubbies. Mum's over there, dad's at the back. See him at the top there? He's spectacular. It's got some Vietnamese white clouds. Vietnamese white cloud minnows in there. So I got them. They're pretty washed out in colour because of they've only been in there 24 hours. They're from the tank upstairs. And these guys will be going into another tank as well. But they're a really beautiful fish. I intend to breed those guys before Yeah, they are. They are very shy fish. So those guys are going to go up there, and then over here they will be joined by, I think there's maybe 25 neon greens in here. Yeah. So they'll look great up there, I think, in that tank, you know, schooling and carrying on. So I've got some pencil fish in there which are going to go in with my Corydoras. So the tanks are terrible, but you can't see too much of them. But I've got the green emerald Corydoras up there. CW27s here, which is, you can see a few there, and you will not see, oh, you can see that one there? You will not see the green lasers. So they hide out the back, but they're bred for me, these guys. So I've had eggs on the glass and I've watched them actually develop. I've just left them in there and I've got a heap of stuff in there for them to feed off with all the mulm. Oh, this is another tank I've done as well. It's dirty because I've got so much leaf litter in there, but I'm really happy with this tank. This is the Dwarf pygmy Corydoras. See all the guys on the rocks over there? They're tiny, tiny little fellas. Yeah.
Tiny little things.
So they're called pygmy Corydoras. Babies, I've got tiny babies in there I've seen swimming around. They're almost the size of brine shrimp when they hatch out. That's how tiny they are. So, but I love them. They're a beautiful cory. Eat anything, they're great. And they school, so like in the mid-water. So rather than just being on the bottom all the time, so you'll come out and you'll find all 18 swimming across the middle of the tank. Probably be a nice tank for you to have a look at.
Oh wow.
So 24 carats.
Carat gold guppies.
Yeah. So they're doing well.
Great.
But I've got lots of bubbies there, and I've got sunspot brevis over here. Look how many babies I've got of these guys. Yeah, wow. So they're ready to go. I'll sell these guys pretty soon. But all of my tanks are just in need of maintenance. So I've got these guys down here, the Pseudotropheus celosi.
Yeah, I love this tank.
Yeah, they're ready to go as well. And I've got some cuckoo catfish in there. They love your camera, don't they? And the cuckoo catfish are really quite interesting. They don't like my light. Because as these guys spawn, the cuckoo catfish will actually lay an egg in amongst the spawn of the pseudotropes. And then what happens is that egg will develop inside the mouth of the mother. So she'll hold it and be full of all of her babies and the one cuckoo cat. And as it develops, it will eat every baby in the mouth. And then she'll only have the one cuckoo cat and she'll release it and still look after it as though it was her own. So yeah, that's a very cool fish.
And then before we finish up, there's one more thing to show you as well. So there's always lots that's happening around here. So this isn't where it ends.
My wife definitely cannot watch this video. I haven't told her about this one out here yet either.
Oh no. All right, well, should we go outside? Okay, all right, so wait till you see this plan. This is awesome. I'm very excited for this. This one is a little bit more of a grand plan that we've got going on here.
Yeah, so this one will be the pond for the front yard, basically. So I've always wanted to put a pond. I've had a pond pretty much in every house I've ever had. So in fact, I have had a pond in every house I've ever had. This one, it's sort of crying out for it. I just reckon with that rock face and what I could possibly do there. And, you know, I'm forever watching the pond guy.
Yes, Greg.
Shout out to Kev from Oz Ponds, who does an awesome job. I've learned a heap of stuff just, you know, watching his videos. But essentially I'm going to do my own version of that style of pond. So we marked this out earlier when I was trying to give you an idea of how it's going to look, but basically that's the layout and the design, and then the waterfall will come off here, probably a divided waterfall of some description, and I'm yet to sort of really visualize how I'm going to do it, but certainly starting up somewhere around this area, this height, and then a smaller one down lower. I've got some big logs and trees and stuff to bring in. This will all go. A larger area for the water to flow into, and you know, more the deepest area of the pond will be there. Coming through to here, I've got plans for a sandstone bridge to come across here, so you walk off. This will all be gardens through here. I'll have to go and get my dog. I got him. I've owned a beagle before.
Oh, good boy, come here.
Thank you, man. Cheers. So basically, the sandstone path will come across here. The dirt that I excavate out of here will raise this level up, and gardens all through here somehow have a step off here, maybe some stepping stones as it goes out through there. But I'll have it somehow that it's separated, that the fish stay in this area. This will then just be just a natural little river. No fish in here, sort of stepping down, planted out, rocks all around it. Coming down, maybe step down here, and then further down one more time, and it's down here where all of the operational stuff will be. That's where I'll put an IBC. I'll probably do essentially a really large bog filter, again, Kev from Oz Ponds and that style. If you check out his channel, you'll see that you can make them from, you know, really small, upscale, upsize to anything. So I'm thinking 1, possibly 2 IBCs in there, make it beautiful. The plan is to put a timber deck over the top of it, and of course at the front as well. So maybe a retaining wall, but inside there it'll essentially take advantage of the depth of the cut that I've already got there. I really just need to flatten it out. And then the height wise, the IBCs are only 1 metre tall. So in theory, I will get that done and dusted relatively quickly, and then that pump will just pump back up to that waterfall area, and that's the plan as it stands at the moment.
Awesome. I'm excited.
Yeah. So Ziggy. Don't go over there, boy.
Coral 12G did a video as well recently, which was amazing, on all of these ponds and stuff that they've got over in the US. It seems to be a very big pond culture over there.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you want, I mean, if you can actually have a pond there, why wouldn't you want a pond? And
yes, like pond swimming pools and stuff. It's really cool.
Yeah, all the natural pools, organic pools. I mean, again, if I ever build a pool again, it will be that style, so the organic one.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let us know which project you're most excited for as well, and if you're looking forward to seeing some updates on these as well. So that'll motivate us to get videoing and everything like that.
Yeah, I'm sure you calling me will have to motivate me now.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, and as always, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a like. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you're enjoying this content and you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe to the channel too. And you can turn on the little bell notification as well so you don't miss any future uploads. And we'll see you in the next one.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.